I would like to thank Mr. Boyan that got my head out the gutter to do better in school and told me that I would have to pick it up because when my senior year rolls around, I'm going to regret everything. So I thank you, Mr. Boyan, for telling me that my freshman year. You probably won't remember, but you did say that. And also to Ms. Von Leer, my senior year, she helped me when I needed help for my college classes. And Miss K as well. I always went to Miss K in the mornings every single day. I love you for that, Miss K. You too, Vaughn. Thanks.
All of them, because they've been really nice to me through high school. But especially Miss McCluskey and the Performing Arts Department, because they've shown me a lot of support and a lot of love, and I love them too.
Math has never been one of my better subjects, so I would like to thank Miss Morgan for helping me get through Algebra 1 my freshman year.
Mr. Ranshaw, even though he's no longer with us, he had the biggest impact on my life way back in 8th grade. And then this year, shout out to Miss K. Even though he said no to marrying me, it was pretty heartbreaking, but I bounced back.
I'd like to thank all my coaches for pushing me to my best abilities and making me do my best in everything, every sport that I did.
Miss Kraus, Miss McCluskey, Mr. Ransom, Coach Nick, Miss DeFelice, and like all my other teachers, Mr. Hertzeg. That was like the first time I knew I could make people laugh.
I'd like to thank Mr. Laz because I love gym and he made it fun.
Mrs. Collodi, because I forgot to write my MLA paper and she let me write it on the first day of summer, and that's the only reason I passed.
I'd like to thank Miss Smith, especially for being my soccer coach for 3 years and teaching me so many new things. And especially this year with helping her special education class. It was just really fun, and like I said, she just taught me a lot of things, and I know I can count on her and talk to her about anything.
Miss Kervick, I've had her for the past 2 years in marketing, and she's helped me to become a lot more outgoing. Last year, even in the beginning, I was really quiet and afraid to speak out to people, and because of her and her marketing class, I've gained a lot more confidence myself, and I was able to go to nationals last year, and I've just had a great time.
Miss Von Leer, man, that's my girl. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, she taught me a lot and came a long way from not knowing anything at sports med to now, like, knowing what a clavicle, patella, humerus, femur, all that, you know. And she was always there for me when I need her, and I thank her for that.
Miss Stein, which I had her for 7th and 8th grade English, and she taught us a lot. And she was always there to talk to if I ever needed someone to talk to.
I want to thank Miss Leibowitz, just for being Miss Leibowitz.
Miss McCluskey, as far as music goes, because she has given me more opportunity to be like center stage on the plays and all that. So she's given me the chance to stand out.
Miss Kraus. If it wasn't for her, I probably would never be graduating. She took time and effort out of helping me in anything I needed her for.
Mr. Thompson, Miss Kervick, Miss Keller, Miss Zaffey, Mr. Inglis, Mr. Gaddy, for helping me out throughout the years and really guiding me along to become successful.
He's not going to see this, but Hertzeg, because he was awesome. And then Miss Condit for dealing with me and Mike Salucci every day. And all my math teachers that had to deal with me not showing work ever.
I just want to thank Miss Crick for all the extra help she helped me with. Miss Gambino, because she's cool.
I definitely want to thank Miss McCluskey for being my choir teacher for 2 years, and she's taught me a lot about music and about myself even. Mr. Ransom, he was definitely an awesome teacher, and Miss Zimmerman.
Miss Taylor for getting me into all these different activities in school and kind of pushing me to do Deborah, and Miss Von Leer, because I don't know, she's such a fun teacher to kind of have class with and do Deborah with. And lastly is Miss Mancinelli for being a great bio teacher and making an AP class really fun.
I'd like to thank Miss Caden for this year mainly because the whole human relations club and her helping out around the school and picking me for one of the officers.
Miss Ritter, I want to thank Miss Ritter because this year was so fun. I had a great time in consumer math. Consumer math all the way.
I'd like to thank Mr. Williams and Miss Lynn for pushing me hard every day in soccer and lacrosse.
I'd probably thank Mr. Williams, though, the most because he definitely took us under his wing in soccer, and he really pushed me and the whole team, and especially with school and everything, with college, he helped me a lot.
Mr. Ransom for opening up my eyes to the real world. I'd like to thank Thompson for being the best history teacher ever. I'd like to thank Mr. Mulgrave for giving me the highest math grade of my high school career. I'd like to thank Miss Von Leer for helping me decide that I want to go into the medical field.
The one teacher I would thank is Vaughn because she got me interested in medicine and sports med and everything. She's a cool teacher.
Miss Swag, thank you for everything. Miss Guzmani, you kept it 100 with me, kept me in shape.
Thank Miss Lyons for helping me pass Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. And I actually also had her in 8th grade for science, and I think she also helped me pass that class, but that was a long time ago, and I don't really remember it. But that was back when she was Miss Weldon. Those were the good days.
I would like to thank Mr. Thompson for teaching me history throughout the entire U.S. since the beginning of time. And I would like to thank Miss McCluskey for helping me, pursue my dreams, because that's what it's all about.
I want to thank Miss Gizmani for making my high school field hockey career such a good one, and Miss Von Leer for always supporting me and being like family to me.
Mrs. Sylvia always helped me out with my injuries, especially my knee. And I'd really like to thank Mrs. K for being the greatest teacher out there.
I'd like to thank McGeorge for teaching me physical science my freshman year. I had a lot of fun in his class.
Miss Leibowitz for always being there for me and helping me out through the years. And also like to thank Mr. Ransom, Miss Zaffe, and Mr. Speece for always being there and helping me out, and always being on top of me to make sure I get my stuff done.
Miss Keller, Miss Leibowitz, and Mrs. James, because the three of them were just kind of like a second mom to me, and they always just steered me in the right direction when I was stressed out or upset, and I just can't thank them enough. And shout out to Mr. Thompson, Mr. Williams, Mr. Ransom, Berger, Mulgrave, Miss Crick. Yeah,
Personally, I have to thank Ms. Von Leer and Ms. Maxwell because they just helped me so much in every way, shape, and form throughout everything. And I'll always appreciate that.
Ms. Von Leer because she's the one who introduced me to sports med, and that's what I'm going to take in college. I'd also like to thank Mr. Thompson for having a fun time in his class all the time, Mr. Ransom for teaching me life skills, and Hennis for torturing me during soccer and making me a better player.
I would like to thank Miss Von Leer for always being there for me and always pushing me through her class.
I would really like to thank Miss Von Leer for always believing in me and always pushing me to my limits and always telling me that I can do better, and for the Bora Heart Challenge.
Well, one of them would definitely be Miss Sylvia. She's been there for everything, and I don't think I could have gone through sports and everything without her. And Mr. Williams, because he's always there for me. I know he has my back, so.
I'd really like to thank Mr. Thompson because he helped me through a lot, and Miss James for letting me scare her.
I don't know. Since Hertzeg's not here, I'll still like to thank him. Hertzeg, Ransom, Berger, Mr. Diamond, Arnauer, Mrs. Zaffe.
Miss McCluskey, because she always makes me laugh and cheers me up, and even if I'm having a good day or a bad day, she's always there and I can talk to her about anything.
I'd like to thank Miss Mancinelli because whether she knew it or not, she really helped me decide what I wanted to do with my future, and I'm going to miss her a lot.
Mr. Arnauer's been really flexible with me being out, and I really appreciate him for that. Miss Wiley being supportive.
Miss Von Leer because she always inspires me to do my best, and she is just a wonderful person.
Mr. Ransom, because he taught me a lot of good life lessons.
Mr. Williams, because he has always helped me in school and soccer and being the stat girl.
Mr. Hertzeg, even though he's not here anymore. Mr. Hertzeg was probably one of the best English teachers ever.
Miss Mancinelli, because she
with AP Bio, she definitely pushed me towards the biology track, and she's the reason why I ended up picking biology as my major with the pre-med track, so I'm really excited about that.
I'd like to thank Ms. Stanowski for not only being one of the best softball coaches I've ever had, but also teaching me how to be the hammer and not the nail.
Miss Von Leer, because she was always there for me and always supported me through everything. And definitely Miss Sylvia for always taking care of me.
I really like to thank all my teachers, but Ms. Zimmerman has always been there for me. She's always been there for like someone to talk to. Miss Taylor, and Miss Kay for helping me through Mr. Mulgray's class last year.
Miss Von Leer, because even though I've only had her for 2 years or so, she's always been there for me. She wrote my letter of recommendation. She always has nothing but good to say about me, and thank you very much, Miss Von Leer. You're the best.
Miss Kay, even though she hates me, I still love her. Miss Von Leer, because she's always been there for me. Mr. Spees, because he's just the man. He's like my favorite teacher.
Miss Kay, Miss Crick, all of them. They've all helped me throughout high school.
I'd like to thank Mr. Herzeg for being there for me, Miss Keller, Miss Crick for helping me pass the HESPA, Miss Condit for teaching me everything that I need to know about this class, and Miss Braverman and Miss Kappa for talking to me after school and being there for me.
So, Ms. Smith, I just want to say thank you for everything. I enjoyed your class in ceramics. We built some type of relationship connection, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to miss your class. I enjoyed eating peanuts with you. I gave you some free peanuts because I got, they were free for me. I was free for you, you know what I'm saying?
And Mr. Thompson and Miss James, best advisors.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Thompson. Yeah.
And Miss Gambino, teaching me in Danish Spanish, too.
I'd like to thank Mrs. Wiley, because she's definitely been there for me the most over the years.
Thank you to Miss McCloskey for helping me in the shows and in chorus. And thank Mr. Mosley for helping me in music technology. And Miss Krause and Miss Devlin for helping me do hard work.
Mr. Morris to tell me to not stop giving up. Miss Krause for helping me with speaking and all. And Mr. Nick.
Miss Crick and Miss Keller for really helping me pass the HESPA. I'd like to thank Miss Von Leer for everything you've done for me since 4th grade. I'd like to thank Miss Zimmerman for teaching me how to be an effective leader and really kind of breaking me out of my shell when it comes to presenting and just being a person in general. And especially our study prep talks, those were the best. And also I'd like to thank Mr. Williams for really helping me get through chemistry because that was really hard.
I'd like to also thank Ms. Kervick and Mr. Arnauer because they made DECA the best, and that's why I love it so much, and Nationals was great with them. And Mr. Arnauer has just always been a great principal ever since 4th grade, yeah. And then he's just great, and Ms. Kervick's the best, so.